Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, November 11th, 2023. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's Smackdown broadcast live on Fox from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. The main event pitted Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Asuka against Damage Control's Bayley, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, who had been officially welcomed into the group earlier in the show. The match would end in a no contest when Asuka turned on Belair during the finish, joining forces with Damage Control herself. Shotzi attempted to run in and make the save, but was also laid out by the heels to end the show. Also turning earlier in the show was Santos Escobar, who attacked his former LWO partner Rey Mysterio in the aftermath of the match between Bobby Lashley and the LWO's Carlito, which was won by Lashley.
Hey, the hell has happened to Escobar? And Kevin, I know that you'd want to get involved to help out your friend Rey Mysterio here, but
Nick Aldis said I'm going to get suspended if I do anything about it.
I love you. You were my hero. You made me do this. It was supposed to be me and you. All the way, me and you for life.
What are you doing?
Did this.
What are you doing?
You did this.
This is right. We're supposed to be filming. What are you doing?
Santos Escobar.
He did it, not me.
No, you did
He's lucky I gave my word to Nick
Hold this
Aldis.
thing together. Me.
yeah, you're not
This one's on you.
allowed to be involved tonight, Kevin, or you're going to be suspended. But nonetheless, just a heinous assault by Santos Escobar, who just snapped here tonight.
In other results, Dragon Lee beat Cedric Alexander, and LA Knight went over Grayson Waller. After the match, Waller received a stunner from guest ringside commentator Kevin Owens. AEW also presented a live edition of Rampage last night, broadcast on TNT from the Oakland Arena in Oakland, California. In the main event, FTR defeated the team of Commander and AAA Mega Champion Vikingo when Cash Wheeler pinned Commander. Following the match, House of Black appeared to applaud FTR and closed the show. Red Velvet had her second match since returning to action earlier this week, defeating Ruby Soho. It was Velvet's first match on Rampage since June of 2022. In the opener, Ricky Starks beat Preston Vance. Starks and his AEW World Tag Team Championship partner Big Bill attacked Vance after the match, but Rush and Dralistico ran in to make the save. New Japan Pro Wrestling ran their NJPW Strong Lone Star Shootout show Friday night at the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland, Texas. There were 5 title matches on the show, with all incumbent champions retaining their honors. The main event saw Shingo Takagi make the first defense of his third reign as never openweight champion by turning back the challenge of Trent Beretta. Mayu Iwatani made the second defense of the IWGP World Women's title, knocking off Stephanie Vaquer. NJPW World TV Champion Zack Sabre Jr. topped Mike Bailey to make his 16th defense. ROH World Champion Eddie Kingston held on to the NJPW Strong Openweight title by defeating Satoshi Kojima. El Phantasmo and Hikuleo beat Jor-El Nelson and Royce Isaacs to retain the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team title. In other results, Mystico defeated TJP, John Moxley and Wheeler Yuta defeated David Finlay and Kenta, Toru Yano defeated Joey Janela in a no disqualification match. In a trios match, Atlantis, Mascara Dorada, and Tiger Mask beat Hechicero, Rocky Romero, and Ultimo Guerrero. And in an 8-man tag, Alex Coughlin, Chase Owens, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd defeated Tamatonga, Tangaloa, Kevin Knight, and Kushida. New Japan also ran today in Anjo Aichi at the Tosho Arena Anjo with a card that featured all tag team matches. The main event of the show saw Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Tomohiro Ishii make the 5th defense of the never openweight 6-man title when they defeated the team of IWGP champion Sonata, Taichi, and Yuya Uemura after Okada pinned Uemura. And in injury news, John Cena underwent surgery on his arm, according to a social media post from Cena. The surgery was performed by Dr. Jeff Dugas of the Andrews Sports Medicine Facility in Birmingham, Alabama. Cena also indicated that he will still require surgery on his other arm. The surgery follows Cena's recent WWE comeback tour, which appears to have come to a close thanks to the end of the Screen Actors Guild strike, which will allow Cena to go back to work in Hollywood. The Stardom promotion announced Saki Kashima has been pulled from upcoming shows due to an unspecified injury she suffered during Friday's event in Sendai. No timetable has been given for her return. Including Saya Kamitani, who dislocated her elbow on July 23rd, there have been 9 Stardom roster members who have been sidelined with injuries or illness, with 8 of them occurring in the last 44 days. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.